Hello everyone, Twilix here with another episode of Slick Start Gaming, and we've got incoming scanner, but we'll check that in just a minute. I've got to explain a few things. First off, obviously we're in a completely new area, so yeah, you haven't seen this before. Problem was, in my last attempt to record this game, uh, none of my voice went through for the whole 40 minutes of recording. So, in order to make sure you guys don't just skip out on them, so to make sure you guys don't miss out on all of what I had recorded, instead I'm going to be condensing it down to like 10 minutes, and since it wasn't a voice, put some little music over it or something to make it a bit more interesting to watch, because it was just only gameplay audio. But that said, I'm going to go ahead and show you what happened in the last episode, and I will catch you in about maybe 10 minutes. See you then. Alright, hope that was good for you to watch. I honestly am not proud that that happened, but hey, things happen when you record. Sometimes things don't work right. So, now let's go ahead and check what the scan thing is so we can stop beeping at us. Alright, so it says there's power surges in the central dynamo. Now, to show you where we're at, we are in an area called the Visor Mines, which is where you're led to after you get through that sunken ship over in Tallon Overworld. You know, that place that I couldn't get through, but now I can, because, as shown, I now have a new suit, and you can actually see the color of it. It is now purple, and it lets us just walk around through water, no problem. Now, go ahead and show off this area. Alright. We got ourselves space pirates. They're saying something, but I have no idea what it is. We got new enemies. Mega turrets. Perimeter defense turrets reinforced with energy shielding. Frustrated with inferior armor plating of standard defense turrets, the space pirates added energy shielding to a modified heavy cannon. The new shielding and increased beam strength makes the mega turret an efficient point defense weapon. Yeah, we don't want to get shot by that too much. This is a pretty easy trick to just use cover on those. Dual control force field is online. Deactivated controls are likely nearby. And, you know, as a consequence to the video issues, 10 minutes of the video already being covered by what was supposed to be this day's episode. This one's gonna be a little short, at least for the main video itself. Alright, secondary force field down. So let's just not attract any attention and just go through here for now. Oh! Evidently, the whole ice beam missile combo does not work against those turrets. Structural integrity of Bendezium gate is low. Well, we don't have anything that breaks Bendezium. Prior to its malfunction. I think that's a bit more than a malfunction, guys. What do you think? Alright. Going through. Okay. Got some tunnels. Is it scannable? Doesn't look like it. Ah! You know what I told you about the ice beam doing massive damage? They're a joke now. Let's go ahead and keep this thermal visor up just in case we have to deal with more of those. We probably will. I'd be surprised if there were no more. And that will, I'm going to keep this charged just in case. Wait. Okay, I couldn't see what I was really looking at. Oh, hi. You're new. Wave Trooper, space pirate armed with wave beam technology. Space pirates have reverse engineered several of your weapons, including the wave beam. A flaw in the design makes these pirates vulnerable to their own beam weapons. These weapons are inferior to your chosen divine's originals, but are still quite potent. How about I introduce you to the Wave Buster? Oh, yeah, that feels good. That used so many missiles, but that was awesome. Security bioscan locks in place. Locks keep space pirate life signs only. Access denied. Unfortunately. So, it's another Bendezium game. Yep, Bendezium. Oh, I did. There we go. Missiles are too useful. Oh, hi. Ha! Alright, then. Platform systems active. Oh, there's a save station nearby. Unit ident code EPG8642, batch 23, field designation Elite Pirate Alpha. Stasis tank hull reinforced with benzylium alloy plates. I wonder what would happen if I were to break that. Recommended battle systems for elite pirates as follows: shoulder mounted plasma artillery cannon, repulsor shield, wave crank projector, energy siphon system, and reject ballistic bayonets. Okay. Ooh, pirate data. Initial Project Helix experiments with space pirate embryos were disastrous. The phase-on infusion process degenerated brain tissue even as it augmented muscle mass. None of what we have determined. Can't speak, guys. None of what we have termed elite pirates lived to maturity. The few that survived their infanthood suffered severe psychotic breakdowns as juveniles, killing anything within their zone of perception. Research teams made a recent breakthrough in which parasite studies with a phase-on strain codenamed Vertigo were highly successful. Since then, we have fused Vertigo Phagon with space pirate DNA with great success. The latest batch of elite pirates have reached maturity successfully and are ready for field testing and training. Okay, so they're trying to make super soldiers. Got it. Now, up these platforms. Switch back to a power beam. Okay. There's something above me, I guess. What's up there? Industrial pulse beam on fire immersion engaged. Industrial grade pulse beam mining configuration. Well, there's something up there. Hey, you. I'll scan you. Alright, I guess you don't want to be scanned. Platform systems active. And that lowered that gate. Convenient. Security layer. All stations. Bioform Samus Aran has made planetfall on Tallon IV. The hunter is among us. All units are hereby ordered to attack Aran on site. Terminal forces authorized. Report all signs of Aran to Security Command at once. Yeah, if you guys survive long enough to report it, sure. Report all you like. A power trooper. Space power armed with power beam technology. Space-sized reverse engineered weapons. Flawed design makes them vulnerable to beam weapons. Yeah, pretty much always the same, except different technology. Attention all units. Report to your battle stations. Failure to comply with this order is an act of treason. Treason is punishable by termination. Ouch. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Okay, so we can break walls with that. Let's try to break all of those, see what happens. Missiles. Extra missiles for us. Now we can play about more missiles. Well, in this context. Oof. Okay. Maybe should have been more careful. Oh boy. Super missiles work just great against those. That wouldn't even refund me my missiles. This hologram represents the central pillar in this room. The pillar contains several rotating sections that can be moved to gain access to different areas. Rotation of the pillar will alter the path of its magnetic tracks. This is the rotation control unit for the lower section of the pillar. It requires power to operate. Oh, power, you say? That enough? Here we go. Alright. Now I just need to adjust that lower one. Oh! Well, falling down worked fine last time. We didn't get hurt that bad. Access to Phaser Mines level 2 graded. Please step into the hologram. Okay. Hey, watch this. I love doing that. Shipment of military-grade plasma artillery cannons is en route to Tallon IV. The Engineered Star Marines we acquired them from were letting them sit in a warehouse. Our elite pirates, only a handful, put them into good use very soon. Pirate data. Test subject ZD, hereafter referred to as Metroid Prime, was recently discovered in a cavern by mining crews. It quickly dispatched the miners, but was eventually contained by security units and drones. Once contained, we were able to begin studies upon Metroid Prime. The results have been astonishing. It is genetically similar to Metroid's, albeit on a highly evolved level. It displays a limitless capacity for phazon infusion and shows no phazon-based degeneration whatsoever. It continues to grow in size, and while it has beneficial some psychotic behavior, the cold fuels we use to pacify remain effective. Authorization for advanced studies on Metroid Prime have been approved. Security Command issued an all-points alert after the fall of Samus. The alert concerns bioform Samus Aran, also known as the Hunter. Subject is a female hominid and is heavily armed and extremely dangerous. Subject uses a powered armor suit of unknown design in battle, along with a number of potent beam and concussive weapons. All combat units are instructed to terminate Aran on sight, preferably in a fashion that will allow salvage of his powered armor suit and weapons. A considerable bounty will go to the unit who delivers Aran to command, dead or alive. It matters not. Force unit engaged, deactivation required for access. Plasma artillery cannon unit has extreme thermal signature due to lack of shielding. Elite Pirate. Huh. Phazon enhanced space pirate, incredibly strong, armored, and well-armed. Elite pirates are potent foes. Their energy siphon system stores beam weapon shots, which they use to fuel a massive plasma artillery cannon. The nature of this system makes them vulnerable to concussion-based weapons. Well-armed, the elite pirate is effective in close combat and at a distance. Their massive size could be a weakness, and their sluggish speed allows for evasion and quick attacks. Don't ask me how Samus knows this, considering these are new things. Well, that's annoying. Come on, I want you to die already. Oh, well. Thank you. Oh boy. I feel like I done made a mistake. Security level tower will be in effect until further notice. All leaves cancelled, preventing downgraded for alert status. Consumption of elite nutrient mix by non-elite units is strictly prohibited. Failure to comply will result in a 50% ration reduction for a decacycle. Oof. The finance team was attempting to reverse engineer Samus Aran's arsenal based off of data acquired from Earth's alternate forces. Progress is slow but steady. Command would dearly enjoy turning Aran's weapons against her. We believe we can implement beam weapon programs in 3 cycles. Aran's power suit technology remains a mystery, especially the curious warp-hole function. All attempts at duplicating it have ended in disaster. 4 test subjects were horribly broken and twisted when they engaged our worthwhile prototypes. Science team wisely decided to move on afterwards. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Bioform Samus Aran continues to assault our horns in Tallon IV. Security has been compromised in multiple areas. The casual raids are rising. Commanders authorized a sizable bounty for the capture or termination of Aran. Report to your field officers for details. Alright. Ah! Ice Trooper, space pilot armed with ice beam technology. Yeah, that all. Is just as vulnerable to that as most other enemies, which actually is patched in later versions of the game for, well, understandable reasons. Reports on hunter activity are in. Analysis indicated that the hunter is using more full technology to infiltrate our facilities. Recalibrate central 6 remote fall energy signatures. Facility Command's request for elite pirate transfer to security forces granted. Prepare units EPG 4644 and EPG 4656 for field duty at once. And I just realized that the EP probably means elite pirate. Security alert: computer systems compromised. By informed Samus has cracked her systems, the hunter can access her system at will and is able to bypass most of her security programs. Use manual locking systems when possible. Evaluation of plasma artillery cannons is complete. Weapons are fully functional, but a flaw has been discovered. Subpar thermal shielding gives them a high heat signature, which makes them easier to target for enemies with enhanced vision capabilities. Investigation levels are rising. Be alert for any attempts by Metroids to escape from quarantine areas. The energy absorption ability is not able to disrupt our force suits, but continued exposure to phaser may change things for the worse. Ooh, that would suck for them. That's force field. New pirate data. Metroid Prime continues to feed and grow ever larger in the impact crater caves. Its hunger knows no bounds and has begun to manifest unusual mutations since its breach. These include armor plating on its epidermis and mechanical outgrowths that generate defense screens. These screens render it invulnerable to most weapon systems, but a flaw in the mutation leads to increased vulnerability to certain weapons. It compensates for this by shifting the screens quickly. This latest development concerns and security units grid. It feels a matter of time before Prime corrects this defect and renders itself invulnerable to all weaponry. Containment would be nigh impossible if this were to occur. Oof, that'd be bad. Force field offline. Reconfigurated security drones authorized. Deploy new drones to mission critical areas immediately. Security request deployment of elite pirates in Metroid containment quarantine areas. The high casualties suffered by standard pirate units deployed in Metroid areas is unacceptable. Phazon-infused fungal harvesting continues. Replacement of Decatrical with Phazon-infused fungal matter and elite vacuum mist has been authorized. Oh boy, lots of scannables here. Phase Pirate encrypted data killed. We are particularly interested in a number of curious treasure artifacts we have been able to recover from a number of religious sites on Tallon IV. These relics resonate with power, and yet we are unable to harness them in any way. Science team is attempting to fuse them together with Phazon, believing that a link might exist between them. We know that these artifacts are linked to the Chozo Temple that blocks full access to the impact crater. We have yet to crack this enigma, however. Grand Man grows impatient regarding this matter. Results must be produced soon. There's also in from field studies on extinct bioflow group Chozo. We believe that Tallon IV was once a stronghold in a great Chozo empire, brought low by the meteor strike. Planetary devastation brought an end to the Chozo, yet remembrance of the society remains. We have studied these relics in an attempt to harness their power. What is of no use to us, we destroy. In time, we shall have all we need from this dead race, and we shall wipe this planet clean of their ugly ruins. This should serve their living mind. Go. Oh boy, so many more cannibals. This is gonna ruin my voice. Replacement of standard hatch covers continues. Tier covers will be replaced with core and Benaziem covers in 2 decade cycles. Planetary stealth technology is back online. We have evaded detection by the battlecruiser Emmons. The brief lapse in planetary security caused by the crash of our frigate is over. Now we can concentrate our efforts on the hunter. Subject Metroid Prime's breach has been contained. Reports indicate that it sensed a large measure of raw phazon in a lab from within its stasis tank and broke through the glass, using previously unsuspected strength. Besides extremely all of the phazon, Metroid Prime has separated several weapons and defense systems from fallen security effects. Units. It has suffered no ill effects from site assimilation. Indeed, it has built newly acquired weapons against us. Once you pacified it, we were unable to remove the assimilated gear without threat to Metroid Prime. He is now an integral part of its body. Command is intrigued by this newfound ability and has ordered further study to commence at once. Increase phazon portion of elite pirate ration by 18%. Report any signs of ration reduction by elites at once. And more pirate data. There have been numerous incidents involving spectral entities at Chozo ruin sites. Several personnel have been assaulted by these Chozo ghosts. Few have survived. Survivors speak of swift attacks from nowhere. Brief silence of the enemy, then nothing, only to be followed by another attack. Science team believes these attacks were in response to our efforts to recover chosen relics and artifacts. Somehow these entities are able to interact with the physical world, and it appears they wish to keep their artifacts to themselves. We will make them pay for such ignorance, for even goats can be destroyed. Oh boy. That was a lot of reading. Oh, looks like this episode won't be as short as I thought, because I'm still at the save station, and yeah. Ah. Metroid's foundational battle of Metroid Hunter phase. Be advised that the Hunter Metroid has a safe and technical. You can attack with it from a distance as opposed to the close combat tactics used by about younger Metroids. Metroid activity accelerating in non-infantry areas, and increased aggression levels observed in nearest elite pirate units. Increase the phase on feed by That left me with one missile. Science team accepting volunteers for advanced weapon training. Come on. We got teased searching for Star Hunter's gunship. Science team believes it employs a sophisticated cloaking device beyond its capabilities. Aside from downlock, we've been able to discover its location. We must contain or eliminate Iran. Failure to comply with command decree is not an option. Security breaches in multiple areas. Unauthorized usage of resources continues. Patterns suggest these resources have been stolen by the Hunter. Increase monitoring of all resource facilities immediately. Force food offline. Scramble area units immediately. Fight patterns taken for you. Yeah. New pirate data. Elite Pirate Upsilon's propensity for phasing has enabled our research team to infuse it far beyond our safety restrictions, and the result has been extremely encouraging. Its constant phase-on data has increased its mass exponentially, but it has retained all mental faculties and shows dexterity with all elite weaponry, including plasma incendiary launchers and the chameleon manta issued for cloaking purposes. Elite Pirate Upsilon exhibits miraculous healing abilities when injured. It seeks out phase-on deposits and coats itself in a substance which instantly mends the creature's wounds. The subject will appear codenamed Omega Pirate based on these developments shows potential to be a new standard for armies. Our only concern at this point is its potential overdependence on phase-on. Unauthorized Metroid feeding is truly prohibited. Our enemies are trembling for the might of our elite forces. Death to all opponents. Increased bombing patrols and unauthorized areas. Test results from battle simulation Samus ran up policy. Elite units reported 74% success ratio against the run and testing. High commanders, please expect a higher ratio by project's end. Please let there be a save station. Real soon. Ah, there's one in here, I know. Phase-on processing security systems are taxis of dynamo beyond safety tolerances. Though the conversion to geothermal power is easing the strain of their systems, it is not enough. Further power use at current levels could lead to system failure. Dynamo maintenance team is not responding to service call. We are in request to central command. Powerbomb? Multiple safety system malfunctions check. Unit should be taken offline immediately. What? Ah! Come on, die already. At least you're missing a lot. Phew. Oh, a puzzle. Well, ow! That isn't pleasant. Where'd that water come from? I don't like this. Okay. Power bomb required. While in Wolf Bomb mode, press Y to release the power bomb. Power bombs can destroy tougher materials than Wolf Ball bombs. No joke. Check this out. Oh, not there yet. Keeping of pets has been suspended until further notice. Domestic beasts have deemed highly susceptible to fatal madness and are thereby hazard to personnel. All ground cats and old pups must be disposed of immediately. Failure to comply will result in loss of pay for cycle and reduced rations. An entire shift of animal workers have been transferred following bouts of fatal madness. Units have reported to science team for use in laboratory studies in the new elite pilot program. Their dementia will make them adequate training adversaries for the elite team. Well, they just lost their power source there, obviously. And now we finally have a new save station. Oh boy. So, this has been a little bit longer than I planned it to be. I may just split this, but you know what? Nah. To make up for all the issue with recording, this will just be an extra long episode. So, with that all said and done, this has been Twitch with another episode of 6-Star Gaming. Metroid Prime, obviously, and I'll see you next time.